Hey guys, welcome to this video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to add the change password functionality inside your Laravel project. But before I do that, I just want to quick fix this. As you guys can see in my header, I don't have my profile picture here and alongside with the name that I have here. So I'm going to quick fix this. Now to do that, I'll go back to my project, and then since this file is inside my header, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to access my header view blade. So I'll go to resources, views, and then tutorials, and inside here I have the header blade view. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to find where I have this profile icon in my header. So I'll just scroll down. I don't think it's here. It's got to be somewhere here now. So yeah, there we go. It's this profile. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add a PHP tag and also PHP end tag, and inside this tag I'm gonna write down the ID, and then I will equal this ID to auth user and then give us the ID. Now what I did here was similar to the profile controller as I did here, which was getting that logged in user's ID. Now I want to get that logged in user's ID, and once I got that ID, what I want to do is I would want to access that ID. So I'm going to copy this from here and I'll paste it inside the PHP tag. Now one more thing we have to do is, as you guys can see here inside my controller, I did not compact the header file here. So what we can do is we can add the path to this model manually. Now to do that, I'm going to simply type in app/models and /user. Now what does that mean is and if I go to my app folder and then inside my model folder, then I have this model called user. Now let me show you guys. Now app and then models, and as you guys can see, the user model is here, so we give it the full path to that. Now one more thing we have to do here is we have to change the profile image. To do that, I'm going to give it the path to my profile. Now I'll access the asset function, and inside here I just write down the path to my profile picture, which is uploads users, and then I'm going to concatenate that with the data variable, and then I'll just say show me my profile image. And we also need to change the name of which user is logged in, so it can display as that person's name. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to access my data variable and then my name field, and then I'll do the same thing here. I will access here, I will write down my email so it can show us the name and email of which user is logged in. Now if I go back, refresh this, as you guys can see, it changed to my current profile picture here. Now if I click on this, as you guys can see, this is the name that I have for my user and the email that my user uses. Now let's just change this profile picture. So to change that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply select this image, and let's just see if it's going to change here as well. Now let's click on update, and it says that okay, so it's the validation, because as you guys can see, the extension on this image is web. So I'll just go here and select this picture, open it, let's click on update, and as you guys can see, it changed here as well. Now if I do the same thing with username and email, it should also change. So let's change the username back to my name, and then I'll change the email to my email. Now let's click on update, and yeah, as you guys can see, email and name both are changed. So this is how you can customize your header part. Now what we can do here is we should add a link to this button, and then also we need to create a page. Now to do that, I'll go back to my code editor. I'll close the header view blade because I don't need that anymore, and then I'll just go to my resources, to my views, and to tutorials, and inside here I'll just make a new blade file, and I will name this blade file change password dot blade dot php. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to extend my master page, so master page, and then I will also add my section with an ending section tag, and then my section ID. Now what we need to do here is we need to add input fields for changing our password, and I'm gonna go back to my template, and then I'll open a file from my template, and if I go to edit profiles, you guys can see I already have this, so I'm just gonna copy that real quick. So I'll right click on this, inspect, and then I will copy the whole card. So right click and copy element. Now let's go back and add this inside our page. So we can also create a new controller for changing password, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just code it inside the profile controller here. So I'll just code that right. So what I need to do is I need to make a function here for changing our password. So I'm just simply going to type in public function, and I will name this update password, and then the request of $request, because we're going to be posting that password, so we need that. And now first things first, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be validating my form. So I'll just simply name this variable validate, or I can just name it validate data. So validate data equals to request of the validation. I'm going to access the validate function here, and then I'll just type in my input field names. I don't have any input fields but names, but I will name them once I validate it here. So for the first one, so you guys can see we have new password, confirm password, and so current, new, and confirm password. Now what I'm going to be doing here is I will name my input field old password, and since it's going to be an array, so I'll take this arrow, and then I will access the required. Now I'm going to copy this, and I'll do the same thing for new password and confirm password. So new password and also confirm password, and yeah, we are done here. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to my change password page, and I'll name these input fields. So the first one, we named it old password, and the second one was called new password, and the last one is confirm password. So confirm password, and yeah, we're done here. Now what I need to do is I need to make a variable here so we can hash our password, because when a user types a password, it's obviously going to be a text or numbers or even symbols and stuff, but still these characters are readable by humans. Now what we need to do is we need to hash the password. So let me give you an example of what hash password looks like. So this is what hashed password looks like, and it's from my user, the one that I created. Now my password is admin1234, but as you guys can see here, it hashed it, and it turned it into a lot of these numbers, characters, symbols, and as you guys can see, so it completely changed it, it hashed it, so a hacker won't be able to find our password, or even a normal person won't be able to read our password. Now to do that, I'm gonna go here, and I'll make a variable. I'll just name this hash password. You guys can name it anything you want, and then I'll just go with auth, and I'll do the same thing as I did for my profile picture. So for profile picture, what we needed was the user's ID, so we could update that person's name, email, and also profile picture. But since we're going to be updating the user's password, so what I'm going to be needing here is the password, and this password comes from the database column name called password here. So yeah, we need the user's password, and now what we need is we need an if condition. So I'll just simply type an if condition, and I will say check if my password is hashed. I already told you guys what hash is. So but as you guys can see here, this hash is a database is a Laravel facades provider that is secure for backupping and storing our password inside the database. So that's why we need this, and then I'll just simply check in if my password is hashed through request of my old password, and then also the variable that we created here so it can check our password. Now if my password is hashed, what you have to do is I'm going to create a new variable. I'll just call this users, and then I'll just simply call my user model, since we're going to be needing this, and it's inside the users table, and our user table is connected with our user model, so that's why we need the users model. And like I said, I'm going to find the auth of like which user ID is logged in, and then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take the variable once again, and with the variable I will access my password column. So password, and now we have to do is you have to bytecrypt our password, and so bytecrypt is or bcrypt, a lot of people call it bcrypt, is also a Laravel facades provider, and it's used for storing and hashing passwords. It comes pre-built in with the Auth Controller, and let me show you where the Auth Controller is. So if I go to apps, http controllers, auth folder, and this is the Auth Controller that we have here, and it comes pre-built in inside these once you install the Breeze package. Now we're going to be needing this, and it also this provider, it also take cares of verifying the bcrypt password against the unhashed version, which can be provided by the user, so it also checks that. And inside this, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be accessing my new password input name field, and then what I did here was I said like go and check my password, and then what you have to do is you have to bytecrypt the new password that I'm going to be typing in. And as I told you guys earlier, when a user types a password, it's obviously text or numbers or even symbols, which is once again readable by humans. So what I said was you have to bytecrypt the password and store it inside our database column. Now what I need to do here is I need to save that, so I'll just access the user's variable and then the save function, and yeah, that's all what we needed. Now one more thing I need to do here is I need to take a session, so I'll take a session here, a session of, I'll go with session of flash, and then inside this session I'm gonna type in a message. So I'll give it a message of password updated successfully. There we go. Now what the session flash message is, or what it does is, well, basically session flash message is a communication message just like redirect, and it tells the user that an event is about to take a place. So that's why we need the session flash message to display a message to the user. And then once the message is displayed, what we have to do is we have to go back to our page. So I'll just go with return redirect us back to our page, and there we go. And also we need to take an else, and inside this else condition, what I'm going to type in is, I'll just say session. I'll type the opposite of this. I'll just copy this from here and paste it inside the else condition, and instead of password updated successfully, I'll just type in old password not matched, and then it should return us back to our page, but this time it should give us a message. So I'll just go with, and I'll type in here success message of password successfully updated. So it's going to be the opposite of that. So yeah, I think we're done here. Now what we have to do is we have to go back to our view page, and we did name our input fields. Now what we have to do is, as you guys can see, I think I have the image and also the profile picture here. So let's go back here, and yeah, I have an image and also name and email of user. So I'm not gonna cut this, I'll just instead I'll code this up. So I'm gonna take a PHP tag here real quick, and inside this PHP tag I'm gonna do the same thing that I did for my header to show my image. So auth of user, and then we need the user's ID to see which user is logged in. And now I'm gonna take the data variable and then my user's model. So I'll just simply type in the path to it, app models and user model. And with the user model, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find me the user that is logged in, and I'm going to find that user's ID here. So yeah, this is how you can do that. I'll give the path to my profile picture, so asset, and then uploads users, then I'll concatenate with my data variable, and then I'll just say display me my profile image, and I'll do the same thing here for displaying the user's name. So I'll just simply type in name, and then the user's email, so data and email. Now let's go back to our page. Well, we haven't made a path for this, a route, so we need to make a route for this first. Now let's go back to the routes folder, web.php, and I will copy this route, paste it right back here, and I'll give it a URI of change password, and my function was called change password as well. And then I'll just simply type in here change dot password for the route name, and I'll leave it be post because we're going to be updating the password, so it should be post method. Now what we need here is we need to take a form, so I'll take a form tag, and then the route that we made for it was called change password, and I need to give this a method as well. So the method is going to be post, obviously, and cut this form tag and paste it right here. I don't need the cancel button, so I'll just remove that, and instead of a link I'll make this a button. And instead of a round, I'll give this a type of submit, and I'll leave the text be as update. Now what we have to do is we have to go back to the header blade, and inside the lock screen route we need to give this the change password route that we just created. So I'll just go with route and then change password route. I think I also need to run the php artisan optimize command. Let's go back here, refresh the page. Let's go back to, okay, so it says the get method is not supported for this route, method support is post. That is all right. So let's see what the problem is here. Now I said this is going to be my route, change password, the URI, then the function, oh, it's called update password. So let's copy this from here, just paste it right here. Let's go back and refresh this. I think I need to run the optimize command once again. Now it says page not found. Okay, let's see what the problem is here. So I forgot to make a function for this so we can display our page. So I'll just go with public function of change password, and then I will display the page. So return view of change password, and we also need to make a route for this. So I'll just copy this from here, and I'll leave the route as be change password, but here I'll just go with change update password. So update password, and then the function is called change password. If I'm not mistaken, it's also camel case. Yeah. So let's run the optimize command once again, and now what I have to do is I have to go back to my change password page, and I'll give it the update password route here. Now let's refresh this. We go back to profile all, page, refresh. Now let's go back here. It's still throwing me that error because we needed to make this a get route. And yeah, here it is, but why did it not take my image? That's weird. So let's go back here and let's see what the problem is. This is the problem. I forgot to type in a slash, and there we go, so you guys can see now. So this is my current password field and the new password, and also confirm password. But I also need to do one more thing here, which is I need to add a message for when the password is wrong. It should show us that message. So I'll just type it right here. I'll take an if condition, just say if, and access the count function, and then errors, and then right here I'll just simply take a for each loop and then just take the errors variable that we created here, take errors as, or I can just simply take it all, so all as $sign of, I'll just say error, and then we need to give it a message. So I'll just type in a message here inside a p tag. I'll give it a class of alert. It's a bootstrap class, so alert danger, and then alert dismissible, so we can have that X button. And then I'll just go with fade. I think show would be nicer, so fade to show, and then what you have to do here is you have to display as the error. So to do that, I'm gonna simply type in error, and that's all. So I think what we need here is we need to also add a button, or no, we do have a button. Okay, so that's cool. Now let's go back here. Let's change our password. So I'm gonna, so my like I said, my current password is admin1234. Now I'm gonna type something else here, so I'll just go with admin hgh. Now to show you guys, I'll just inspect this, and just to show you guys, so you guys can see I typed in admin hgh. So yeah, now admin hgh, and for my new password I'm gonna simply type in something like school. Now let's click on update. Okay, so I forgot to give it a csrf token. Now let's go back to our page, refresh this, and I'll type in the wrong password for my current password, admin1, and then my new password. Now let's click on update, and as you guys can see, the confirm password field is, it's saying required because I made it required here. I could have used another message like is not matchable or something like that, but you get the point. So I'm gonna type in the current password now, admin1234, and then I'll give it a new password. So I think my current password is wrong. Let me check this. So admin1234, new password. Now let's click on update. Okay, it's throwing the confirm password field is required, so it's this field. Let's go to the change password page and let's see what the error is. Confirm password. I did the same thing here. Oh, it has a capital C, my bad. Let's refresh this page, and let's run the optimize command once again. Now let me change my password. Let's click on update, and yeah, the password changed successfully, but it didn't display a message because I don't know why it didn't give us the message here, but that's okay. We'll fix that, no problem. And now what I can do is I need to log out. And okay, so let's log back in, and that's my email, and with the new password that I created, which was school123. Now let's log in, and yeah, it's letting me to log in. Oh, it's throwing an error for the header part. That's okay, we'll fix that in the next video, no problem. So I'll just log in, click on the login route once again, and this time I'll give it a wrong password. So I'll just give it a wrong random password. Now let's click on login, and yeah, as you guys can see, it's not letting me log in. But if I give it the password that I made, that we changed, which was called school123, let me show you guys the password. So I'll inspect this, and then let's make this text so you guys can see. Now let's click on login, and yeah, there you go. It's letting me back to my page. So this is how you can change your password, and I know the video is pretty long because we had to solve some errors and stuff, but hey, it's a part of coding. It's a part of becoming a better coder or a better programmer. So there's that. And don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment down below, and in the next video I will add these messages, and I will see why they're not working, and we will fix them together. So yeah, have a good day, and I'll see you guys soon.